all the sessions, every single topic is absolutely unique. And that is the beauty of this, because we are talking about diverse topics and subjects here. And similarly, the next session is about something which we have not heard before in the entire 2 day so far. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome with a big round of applause our next presenter and eminent speaker, Mr. Dhirendra Choudhary, CEO of Bry-Air Asia, with a big round of applause. And Mr. Dhirendra Choudhary would be speaking on moisture control in food industry. Mr. Choudhary, welcome to the stage, and we are delighted to have you. Looking forward to a great session from you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome you to the most difficult slot of any meeting or conference, which is the post-lunch session. I wish you all the best. You stay awake, and I'll try my level best to do that. Thank you, Cynics. Thank you, all of you, for providing us this opportunity to be here and interact with you, present ourselves. It's a great opportunity. The topic, what we are going to talk about today is about water. We all know water is our lifeline, but the same water, when it comes in the form of floods or drought, or any kind of calamity or storm, it creates havoc. So everything in balance is good in life. The same water in the air, we all call it moisture, is also behaving in the same manner. The same moisture levels, when they go up in places like Mumbai, highly humid, we all feel sticky and uncomfortable. When we go to the low humidity areas, arid areas, we find our skin very itchy and becomes again uncomfortable. Same is true for the industrial processes. In the industrial processes, when moisture is there, again it has to be kept in control. And in most of the cases, the idea is that we have to reduce the water content in the air to ensure that the processes run efficiently, the processes produce the right kind of desired quality of products, and hence it is extremely important to maintain or control the moisture in the air around and the air which is touching the products in various processes. This kind of control in processes could be required in any industry. In fact, we in Bry-Air, we say that wherever there is an air, presence of an air, then we have a job to do. In industrial processes, the application could be right from the pharma processes, where you have to maintain the humidity levels in the environment. Could be food industry, could be blast furnace, where the dehumidification is required. Could be a simple mithai shop. Could be a gas turbine preservation. So there are so many applications. While there are so many applications, here today, I am going to talk about the applications of dehumidification in the food industry, specifically taking a very few examples to give you a flavor of what kind of applications and what is the job of a dehumidifier in food industry. And thereafter, I'll move to the fundamentals of dehumidification, what we do, and as a company, how we contribute to this industry. So that is going to be the flow of my presentation today. While we are on dehumidification, I would like to mention that as a common practice, we all would have seen dehumidification happening in our daily lives by way of air conditioning. When you do chilling of the air, you always find condensation happening. That is the basic way of dehumidification. However, that method of doing dehumidification is not very efficient for the industrial processes, because the quantity of removal of water from the air required is very high, and it becomes prohibitively expensive to do dehumidification by way of chilling. Hence, this technology of desiccant dehumidification comes in, which is the core technology of Bry-Air. So with this, I take you forward. Yeah. So a very few typical examples in food industry. The product spoilage due to high temperature, lumping or caking, loss of freshness. These are the three basic problems what in any kind of food processing you will find, and that is where our role comes into play. The applications in the food industry, drying, production and storage, you can see the huge list of products where in their manufacturing processes somewhere or the other you will find the application. The normal environment, ambient air is not suitable to allow this production to happen. So this is what you will find as an application generally in the food industry. I will now take few examples from the list which I just now showed you. Potato chips. Whenever I eat Pringle potato chips, I always curse them for the prices they charge us. I always wonder how a 20 rupees potato has become 2,000 rupees a kg. But when you eat them, you really find that flavor, the taste which comes in, and you see the value addition over there. Dehumidification as a process enabler has an important role to play to enhance that value from 20 rupees to 2,000 rupees a kg. So I just put forth the very broad process of potato chip manufacturing, and of course those of you are related with this industry would be able to relate more with this. Our role comes into play into de-oiling and pre-cooling areas where there is a tendency of the moisture to deposit on the product. And if you are able to reduce the moisture from the air and reduce the dew point of the air, this can be avoided, which results into the better taste, quality and the oil drainage from the potato chips. So this is one of the examples, as I said, where dehumidification as an enabler plays a very important role. Another application area is chocolate production. We all know chocolate is highly sensitive product to the moisture. Of course, a good packaging always protects the chocolate from the moisture and reaches us in a condition which is of good taste and desired properties. However, during the manufacturing, it is also important to ensure that we control the humidity in and around the manufacturing of chocolate. Like grinding, pressing and packaging area needs to be surrounded by the air which has got low moisture content, which ensures that the chocolate is rested into the right quality and taste and crispiness. You'll find the result of dry air getting pumped into the tunnel where the chocolate is getting conveyed and coating is being done. You'll find the quality, finish, taste, everything is retained into its desired state. Next is spices and condiments. You know, India is largest producer and exporters of spices and condiments, very important. And our spices condiments industry is getting more and more organized and professionalized, which needs that the products are produced with the right quality. Very briefly, the manufacturing process in steps for spices. Here you will find again in the sorting, grading and packing area, the air has to be dry, otherwise it will cause a lot of quality issues, which we can see in this slide, and you can avoid lumping, downtimes and uniformity of the powder, grinding and all those qualities of the spices can be retained by just ensuring the right condition of the air is surrounding the whole manufacturing process. Spray drying. I see a lot of people coming from the dairy industry over here. I'm sure they would be able to more relate this as an application. Before I go to the next slide, the spray drying, if you see, is basically drying the water out of the milk and converting that into powder. So the drying capacity of air depends on basically three things. One is the velocity with which the air is passing and carrying the vapor or moisture. Second is the temperature of the air, because higher the temperature we see in the summer season, your clothes dry faster, so the temperature. And third and most important thing, which at times we try to, we don't realize so much, is the moisture content in the air. Again, despite low temperatures in the rainy seasons, our clothes don't dry. That the reason is because the air is saturated with a lot of water already. So these are the three things. And if we try to work on these three things, our drying capacity in the spray drying goes up. So if you look at a spray dryer, fundamentally you are blowing the air to ensure that the water evaporates and the powder falls down. So if the same air which is being blown into the spray dryer is worked upon and the humidity in that air is reduced, in that case the capacity of that air to dry goes up. Or the other way could be that the temperature at which you are drying can be brought down. So if you do that, you save energy. If you don't do that, the capacity of the drying air goes up. So your capacity of the spray dryer could go up. So this is another application. In the same spray drying, you'll find the application in the powder conveying area, where you have to convey the powder pneumatically through the fluidized bed conveyors, and then there, if the air is not dry, then it will have tendencies to lump the powder and spoil the quality of the powder. This is a typical chart of a spray drying equipment. You can see at the entry, fresh air inlet, a dehumidifier is put in. So if you put in a dehumidifier there and reduce the quantity of the water content into the air, then the overall capacity of the dehumidifier goes up and the quality also gets improved. These are some of the customers who we partner with and we have worked upon for so many years, so many decades. So, list of some customers. Coming to the Bry-Air, we are leaders in the dehumidification worldwide. Now, even though you all know us as a dehumidification company, we actually call ourselves as an adsorption technology company, because at the core of the dehumidification, what we do, the desiccant is the key, which is the core. So, adsorption technology company, adsorption is a technology which has many applications, and dehumidification is one of them. So we operate in the dehumidification, industrial dehumidification, plastic drying, gas phase filtration. We also make adsorption chillers. All of this has fundamentally the technology which is contained in the adsorption. Adsorption is a physical phenomena where if you pass a mixture of two fluids over a surface with desiccant, then that desiccant adsorbs one of the fluids onto it. So on the surface of it, it doesn't go inside. That's why adsorption, not absorption. Now, obviously, if this is to be done by simple logic, the surface area has to be large. Larger the surface area, better the absorption would be. That is where our technology comes into play. We have developed the desiccant materials where each gram of that material provides the surface area equal to this room size. This is done by way of micropores, which gives the capacity of absorb the fluid. So that is the core of our technology, and that is where we invest a lot of money. The second part of our job is the air engineering. That's why we call ourselves air engineers, because we understand the air dynamics, we understand the customer requirements, we know a lot of things, what air, kind of air is required for specific applications. Few of them I just now spoke about. And that is where our whole team of application engineers continuously work with the customers on regular basis to very specifically identify their needs and design all our machines and systems around them. So this is the core of our company. I would say the core heart of our company is what we do, we also feel proud of. We say steps in creating a dehumidifier. Why we say this is because we feel that dehumidifier, what we manufacture, is actually a creation. Because in making a dehumidifier, there is a science which I just now talked about, it, adsorption. At the same time, there is a lot of art into it. Understanding the air dynamics, working with the air dynamics, designing, developing the formulas, the parameters, there's a lot of art into it. And that comes when you have an experience. So we have over 5 decades of experience of working into this, and because of this we have developed this expertise in creating a very specific dehumidifier. Now why I put across this whole steps of creating the dehumidifier is probably if you look at a dehumidifier, the first impression you could carry is just a box. What's so great about this box is it's just a fabricated box. But actually, the core of it is very, very deep application engineering, understanding specific requirements of the chocolate manufacturers, spray drying, defense establishment, steel plant, mithai shop, pharma. Everyone has a different kind of requirement, and we need to work on that. So that is the application engineering part we work. The second, I just spoke about the surface area, what is provided. Today we are working on the very specific materials which are called metal organic frameworks, MOFs, where probably each gram of material will provide a surface area equivalent to a football ground. And those are the materials which will be used, all futuristic, carbon sequestration, VOC capture, lithium-ion battery, which is becoming the key, where you need super dry rooms with minus 80 degrees centigrade kind of dew point. We are able to achieve that. And today we can proudly say that we are one of the 3 companies in the world who have this kind of technology and has developed. The substrates on which this desiccant is coated is again very proprietarily designed by us and outsourced very specifically to us on proprietary basis. The process of making rotor is again a technology which is fully in-house, which authentically again only 2 or 3 companies in the world can claim to do that. All other people, they simply buy the rotor as a commodity and assemble the machine. Then machine design, of course, the whole machine component flow design to put the machine together. Designing for energy efficiency, very deliberately I have put that step over there because today energy efficiency building into the machine is not a feature, it's an integral part of the machine. The way rotor is required, the way motors are required, the way the control panels are required, energy efficiency is extremely, has become so important. So today no one is saying how much of moisture you are removing from the air. The word is specific performance. How much of moisture you are removing per kilowatt hour is what is being talked about. Everywhere you go, people talk about reducing the energy consumption. So that is what we have worked very closely. We have developed machines which are able to deliver a performance up to 50% lower energy consumption than the conventional machine. So that is what we have already achieved, and we are offering those machines into the market. Then configuring the whole system depending on the customer's requirement. Manufacturing delivery, because you can design a beautiful machine, your technology could be great, but if the manufacturing quality is not good, then machine won't be able to deliver those. Testing and documentation, the kind of tests we can conduct, SMACNA tests, very few people globally are able to deliver machines passing those tests. Installation commissioning is a site activity, understanding the HVAC requirements, integrating the machine with the HVAC, working closely with the contractors is another area where we specialize. And then automation and control. in one of the forums we talked about Industry 4.0, if you are having a huge plant, then my machine should be able to talk to your automated plant. So that complete control and automation is also provided in our machine. So the whole idea is that in all of these, each of these steps, we have expertise. We spend a lot of money in the R&D, in the chemistry, developing the recipients, engineering, manufacturing of the rotor everywhere. You may have many dehumidifier manufacturers, but again, authentically only 2 or 3 people can claim to be doing this. This is again about us. Just to give you a history of the company, started in 1964 in USA. It was an American company. From there, you can see the milestones and the most important ones in 2006 when this company was completely bought over by Mr. Deepak Pahwa, who is the promoter of the company, and this company became an Indian multinational company. So today we proudly claim to be a multinational company based out in India with all the R&D development, all the engineering happening here in headquarters in Gurgaon. Just to give you a flavor of our footprint across the globe, we have manufacturing facilities at 4 places. We have offices in almost 20 countries across the globe, and we serve all those market segments which I just narrated a few minutes ago. So Bry-Air is a part of Power Group, and Power Group has 4 companies: Bry-Air, DRI, Del-Air, and TDS. And of course, Procon is the company which is out in Switzerland. It is a small company. All of these companies are somehow related with the air handling, air treatment. DRI is more towards the commercial part of the HPSC and air handling, and Bry-Air is into dehumidifier, into the plastic drying, the gas phase filtration, and adsorption chillers manufacturing. So this is very broadly the biodata of the company, which is there. And when we do so much of research, R&D, development work, this is to substantiate our work, whatever we have been doing in past decades. We have almost 61 patents granted, new technologies developed. All of these technologies and patents are all related with the dehumidification. They are all unique in nature, and they all reach to the customers in the form of benefits in their whole process and operations. So with this, big thank you. Thank you very much for patiently hearing me out. And that's all from me. Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Dhirendra Choudhary, Chief Executive Officer of Bry-Air Asia, talking on moisture control in food industry. Thank you so much, Dhirendra, for that wonderful presentation and very interesting session as well. Just to tell you, the entire team of Bry-Air along with Dhirendra ji is available even after the event, so you can always get in touch with them and learn more about their products and solutions. Now I would request Mr. Radhesham Dixit ji, Chairman and Managing Director of Ananda Dairy, if Radhesham ji could do the honors of felicitating Dhirendra ji. Thank you so much, Radhesham ji, for doing the honors. A big round of applause again, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Dhirendra Choudhary, CEO of Bry-Air Asia, on moisture control in food industry.